Love don't break the light, trying to find my way again. Gray stars on the rise, navigate me on the mend. The clock moves out of time, waiting through the moments we left. I trip to feel alive and die to forget. Lift me up and I feel lighter. I'm living in a dream. Wake me up if everything changes and nothing's what it seems. Breathe me back inside. I've been in the water too long. I soaked in all the cries until I was gone. Lift me up and I feel lighter. I'm living in a dream. Wake me up if everything changes and nothing's what it seems. Come raise the dead. I'm dreaming of the end. Hallucinate the tables are turning alive. Was everything you said?
Hi guys. So that was Raise the Dead. How are you all? Can you hear me? Let's do a little quick sound check right now to make sure you guys can hear me.
I can hear
You
you.
can hear me?
I can hear you.
You can hear me in real life, or you can hear me on the YouTube feed?
I don't even know.
I know.
I hear you in real life.
Okay, I'm going to check. Dead. How are you all? Yeah, I'm on the YouTube feed. Okay, so hi guys. Wow, it's been a crazy few weeks. I've had a horrible cold. Just a cold, nothing more serious than that. But it's been the first time I've been ill in like a year and a half, so it was such a shock to the system. Seeing you all coming up now on here. I have some amazing questions here. I can't wait to answer these. But I'm going to get straight to it, and I'm going to bring on one of my favourite all-time people. She is so talented. She's one of the first people I've been writing with her so long. She's an artist herself, an amazing singer, performer. She's just so cool. She was originally in the band Digital Daggers, which you've probably heard their amazing music. Also in the Vampire Diaries, and also on Orange is the New Black and tons of other TV shows. And so her name's Andrea Wasse, and she is so amazing. And I'm going to bring her on right now, and we're just going to chat. I'm so excited. She's so special to me. Here she is.
Ooh,
Hi, Andrea.
hi.
How are you, babe?
I'm good. I can't get the video camera in the right place, I guess. But
You look amazing. Don't worry. I feel like I need to go further away. Nobody wants to be this close to a camera, do they?
I'm just trying to find something I can like put it on. I don't know. Whatever. We'll just do it like this.
Yeah, you're like
hi, babe.
a bit to the side. It's cool.
I haven't been doing many of these over quarantine. I don't know if you can tell or not.
No, me too. This is only the second one.
But yeah, hi, babe. I'm so glad you played that song. I forgot we wrote that together.
We did. It was the best day.
It was the best day. I remember when we were all listening to it and we had people come in. I think Chris from Vampire Diaries, who was music supervising, came in the room and we were all just standing there listening like, we made this. We made this happen. And you sang it so beautifully and it had such an amazing life. So thank you for being a part of that.
Oh my God, thank you for being in the room. I had no idea what I was doing at the time. It was bye, Andrea.
Okay, no, all seriousness. This is just how it is. Go on.
I know, it's so awkward, isn't it? You guys, we find this so hard. Seriously, this is not what comes naturally to us to do this type of stuff at all. But we love you so much that we want to do it and we want to be in your lives and we want to talk to you. But just because we're good at writing songs or singing, maybe some of us are. I don't know if I am, but should we put a book behind this?
We're good at writing songs,
yeah, we're not good at
text stuff.
Video, lives. I mean, literally, we were on here this morning for like an hour trying to figure out the technology, weren't we? And I can't get this stupid eCam live thing from the corner of the feed. I guess I have to pay like $80 if I want to get rid of that. So, anyway.
Oh my God. Yeah. This is just how it's going to be.
I know. Let me check in and see if you're here. Yeah, I don't think I've laughed so much. I missed you, girl. Andrea and I
missed you too.
Andrea and I, before the pandemic, would see each other about once a fortnight, once a month. Oh, you guys don't have fortnight.
Well, I remember we had a session booked, and we were both like, we should probably cancel this, huh? And it was early days.
And you could sit in your seat. We could see you if you sit in your seat. I'm going to get a headache from laughing. Yeah, you look beautiful.
Can you see me like that?
It's perfect. Seriously.
Okay, great. Because I can see in the top one. Well, I can see the bottom one. Oh, there we go. Okay. I was only seeing half the screen, you guys. I'm here. We are here. Okay, so Raise the Dead. Yeah.
Yeah, so
we wrote that.
But I think I recorded that whole song with like 75 million wires around my neck. Do you remember?
Why did you do that?
I think, we get in a funny mood when we're working together, right? We just get comical and we have jokes. And didn't I be like, I love big necklaces, and I took all the cables from the wall, the small cables, or the XLR cables, and I put them all around. I have a photo of them with them all around my neck.
I remember that. I remember we were all very goofy. It felt like summer camp, because you and I met at a writer's camp where Sony, or EMI at the time, right? they just kind of put all these writers and songwriters and singers together, and we were all kind of put into groups. And I was lucky enough to be put in a group with you and C4, who's an amazing producer. And it was just like this magical moment where, like, it's funny, like I can hear the moments that you wrote, like I can hear those parts because they're very Rachel to me, like I know your writing style, and then I can hear mine and like, oh yeah, that sounds very Kate Bushy, so that was definitely me.
It was such a magical collaboration, and it was the first time we ever wrote together, and it was such a special day for me because I think you already were a superstar at that point, and your music was getting used loads, and you knew all about this kind of like dark cinematic vibe, and I had like wanted to do that stuff but hadn't been exposed to anybody actually making that music in a session and it being okay to make that music, because I'd been doing loads of pop sessions which are also equally awesome and so great. I just couldn't figure out where to put my vocals into those songs, so it was just it was actually a life-changing day for me, because to have somebody be in the room and encourage me, and together to teach me too, and to, you know, to discover that sound, it was really awesome. Yeah, so Raise the Dead was like the original song that went in the originals, right? The original song.
Yeah.
The originals.
Was it in the originals?
Yeah,
Oh, cool.
yeah. Right,
Yeah, all those vampires. I always tell people that they can hear my music on shows that are geared towards the supernatural and teen drama, like Pretty Little Liars. Like, yeah, whenever.
And we'll be there.
Or murders.
Okay, who's here? Let's say hi. Let's do some shout outs. Let's see who we've got here in the chat. Graffiti Log MSR. Hello. What's your real name? AR Music. I'm not singing. Can you hear I have a cold? I still sound 2 weeks later like I have the toilet roll on my face. Seems like Andrea's sound is duplicated on Rain's side, creating an echo. Is that right? You guys can hear Andrea? That means that I need to turn this down. Can you talk, Andrea?
Yeah, hey, hi, hello.
I can't hear Andrea if I do. That means I have to put headphones on, guys. Is that problem still there? There's an echo. Okay. Andrea echoes.
See, we're not tech. We need studio engineers. I'm reading this amazing Sinead O'Connor autobiography right now, and she's talking about how the true heroes in the studio are the engineers.
Yes, true.
And back then, she was like working with tape, right? So it would be the people who had to like take a cut and like actually literally tape a take together, like take one and the take two was better, and like actually like slow it down, cut the tape, and people would just sit there like, okay, because he could mess this up very easily. I'm thinking we are so lucky to have this technology to just like, you know, go and like pick between takes now on a computer, but we still need hand holding a lot of tech stuff. You've done really, really well in pandemic though, Rachel. I'm quite proud of you.
I have not. Okay, is the echo?
You have to.
Is the echo gone, guys? Somebody just give me a heads up if the echo's gone now. Andrea, will you say something?
Hi guys. Was I having the echo or was it you?
So your voice was echoing, which means that it was. You can hear her, but it still echoes.
Oh, I don't know what to do to fix that. I've got headphones on.
Take them off. We didn't use headphones earlier, did we? Yeah.
Is that better?
Yeah, that's going to be better. Is she echoing
Hold on,
still?
it stopped.
No, you're still here. Can you guys hear me? I think I lost Andrea. Well, she'll be back in a minute. What's echoing? Who's echoing? Her voice echoes or my voice echoes? Hello, can you hear me? Hi.
Hi, is it still echoing?
I think it should be okay because we didn't have an echo earlier when you didn't have headphones. So let's try this. Is that better, guys? We should not have an echo anymore. Now we've lost Andrea again. Hello?
Hi.
Okay. Okay, so
Hi.
that should be okay. I think the chat is a bit of a lag. All right, guys. I'm really sorry. I don't know what else to do with the technical stuff. So this is the best I can do. I can turn me up. There we go. Am I louder now? Better? Andrea, will you say something just so we can make sure you're not echoing?
Hi.
There we go.
Okay.
You shouldn't be echoing. I think it's because your earphones have a mic.
Right.
So it was double picking you up.
Yeah. I'm at my boyfriend's place, so I don't have my normal headphones. So.
It's okay. Now it's cool. Okay, we're cool. We're good to go. Yeah, so okay, I'm going to take these off and try and see what happens if I take these off. Okay. Hopefully this does not have an echo now. Okay, yeah, so we did Raise the Dead, and then we decided, can I hear you, Andrea?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. That's perfect. So we did Raise the Dead, and then we decided we loved each other and wanted to work more together, and so it's been an amazing journey. And well, how did it start for you? I mean, like, what did you listen to when you were a teenager? Like, what age did you get into music and decided you wanted to be a part of making music?
I mean, that's a really good question. I mean, I grew up in a musical household. Like, my mom's a concert pianist, so I've been surrounded by beautiful music since I was in the womb. Like, front row seats to the piano. But yeah, so I grew up with music, and I had, like, classical music always beautiful, and I was going to concerts and operas as a child. And then I had my dad, who was super into, he was British, and he was super into Peter Gabriel and Kate Bush and Fine Young Cannibals and all those things. So I had, like, the two sides. And
I can
so
definitely hear the English in your influence in your music.
Yeah, like the English, like the cool English music. And so I had the classical, and I had that, and then it just kind of, like, and I was always encouraged to be artistic and be creative. And
That's so cool.
It was just kind of a natural. Yeah, it was nice. It was, being supported in the arts is a lovely thing. Because a lot of people are like, go get a real job. I mean, there are moments where I'm like, I wish I'd gotten a real job first.
Yeah.
Right? But, I mean, I started writing songs when I was about 15, and then I started a band called The Weekend, which is the reason. We are officially the reason that the other guy has the different name. But, so that was a pop rock band, and then it's just like, it started from that.
And that was in Canada, or that was here?
It was in Canada.
Yes.
It was in Canada. Yeah.
How
about you?
What was the gigging scene like in Canada?
I mean, it was cool.
Yeah.
We started playing. Yeah, I think I had my first show at like 16 in a bar, and I was too young to drink, and so they put the big X's on my hands, and so I was doing like a lot of all ages gigs, but it's like, don't serve her. But I found ways to sneak alcohol,
of course.
As we do.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I toured Canada a bunch, and it can get a little boring when you're going across the prairies. There's like nothing there. But yeah, touring in Canada in the winter, I don't recommend it to anybody.
No, I know. I did. I remember so well doing some shows in the UK and having to drive back at 2 a.m. in the snow, like on a snow-caked motorway. And it was just, I was like, please can I get home okay? Please can I get home okay? Please can I get the whole way?
Right, and those were the days of maps too, like
right.
paper maps.
I know, right? And I'm like in my Nissan Micra or my Vauxhall Corsa, and I'm like exhausted because I've just done a show and driven 4 hours to get to Leeds and 4 hours to get back home, and it's like, you can stay in a hotel if you want, but you just want to get back to your own bed. So you're like, nah. You're looking at the clock and you're like, shall I just drive home because then I can wake up in my bed in the morning, or shall I stay in this like hard bed, crappy traveling? Actually, traveling's really cool, but like there were some worse ones that we stayed in, and most of the time it was like, just get home. Also, like, you spend your whole like income on the hotel night, so it's like, no, it's like, make any money from this show or not.
Oh yeah, and the best / worst was when the venue had accommodations too, like in the venue, and it was always like the
grimiest workplace you can imagine. You're like, I don't want to stay here, thank you.
Oh my God, what's like? I remember one time I had to like get changed, and I was performing in a pub.
Yeah.
I don't remember where. It was somewhere in the south of England, so it wasn't too far from home. And I was performing in the pub, and they were like, "Here's your dressing room," and I swear it was like a haunted loft, like a haunted room, and I was like, I'm gonna go and get changed outside or in the like. I actually went and got changed in the toilet of the like customer toilet because I just was so scared. There was like a mattress on the floor in the corner, nothing else in the room. They'd put like a mirror so that I could sit and do my makeup next to this window, and it was literally like I felt like I was in a Victorian movie, and it was really freaking me out.
I'm glad you survived that night.
Huh?
I'm glad you survived that night and lived to tell the tale.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't imagine what's happened on that mattress.
I mean, we're complaining, but honestly, that's the downside to do the most amazing thing, right? Like I really miss that now, and I even miss that horrible stuff, right? Like having.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even think we're complaining. I think we're laughing at this point because at the time we're like, oh, but I definitely like I look back and like, oh, those were like really great years, and I really took them for granted.
Right.
I think because like, I thought it was always going to be like that.
I know.
Like that, always touring, always, on people's minds. So.
And then do you feel like I feel like if I went on tour like that again now, in like cars driving around everywhere and like dive bars, I feel like I would be like an old lady, like I'm so tired, need to lie down. I don't think
same. But then you've got Jonathan in tow too. And it's like you have the best stories as an adult though. Like, my mom took me to this pub. And,
you know what? You just reminded me that other day I watched a really amazing documentary. Like the artist Pink, she's done a documentary about touring with her kids, and I just sat and watched it like this the whole time. Because her son, at the time when she toured, is probably similar age. He's a tiny bit older, I think, to Jonathan. And I just don't know how she did it. Like, she literally took her 2 kids on tour. It's amazing. What an amazing experience. And, like, what an amazing mum to do that. To put herself out there in something so hard for her fans so that she can continue to do her job and perform. Yeah. But be a mum at the same time. Like, literally, they're waiting for her off stage, and I feel like she didn't have much help at all. She was just literally switching on and off from being like, I'm Pink on stage, amazing, like aerial displays, like incredibly physical, and then coming off stage and doing the bed bath routine.
Right.
Like, I mean, she's amazing.
I don't know if you're a Sinead O'Connor fan. This is the second time I've mentioned it. But in this, she got pregnant at 19 right before her first record came out, and her label was like suddenly like, please fix this problem, and she was like, no, I'm going to have this baby. And so right before her debut breakthrough record, she had a baby, and so she like her entire career as a professional musician, like she had a baby. So I would definitely recommend it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a whole different conversation to talk about being a mum working in the music industry. So. I
have a cat.
Yeah, you do. Your cat is amazing. So we'll definitely talk about that another time. I think it's definitely something fun to talk about. And it's just so layered. Like, it's just so different. It's just such a different experience. And I haven't really experienced it fully because it's been a pandemic. So just when I was about to start getting back into working and juggling the 2 things, had to stay at home. And it was like, okay, then. So anyway, so musical influence. So is there any like specific CD or tape or artist? Because I remember one summer holiday, I think I was maybe like 11 or 12, and we only have 6 weeks for our summer vacation in England. So I remember so clearly, like it was literally yesterday, sitting on my bedroom floor, and we didn't have any fun camps, and there was like nothing to do basically except go and hang out with friends at the park, which I did all the time, but thanks, Paris. I remember sitting and listening to music on this like weird. It was cassette players, and I think I maybe had by that point a CD Walkman. And I remember listening to my tape cassette players on the walk to school and back every single day. And I remember like playing Oasis Wonderwall over and over and over and over again for like a whole school year. And then I had the Michael Jackson Bad album, and I just was mesmerized by his music and the like the his rhythm. And we're seeing your house.
We're moving.
Okay, I'm gonna switch just
No,
for a
go
sec.
on.
Tell me when you're
Michael
ready.
Jackson.
Yeah, tell me when you're ready. You're finding Jackson. Okay, I'll bring you back. You're still there. You can still talk. I've just taken your camera off for a second.
Thanks, babe.
Okay. Yeah, I remember listening to his album, and then my cousin is American. She's amazing, and she was super into music as well. She's a few years older than me, and she came over from LA to visit and brought me a tape cassette from No Doubt, and we hadn't heard. Sis, when are you going to sing live for us? I will soon, just not today. Can you hear I have a cold? It's so bad, my cold. I would sound terrible. You'd all never want to listen to me sing again if I sang right now. And she bought me a tape cassette by No Doubt, but it was like before Tragic Kingdom. It was Beacon Street or Bleecker Street. I think Bleecker Street. And it was incredible. I had never heard anything like it. It was like clearly recorded in like, it was like indie rock, and it was like with all their swag and their beats. And so like we didn't have anything like that yet on the UK radio, and we had to tape if we wanted to hear something. We didn't have like Napster yet or Apple Music or Spotify, so we had to like tape it off the radio and then make tape cassettes. So every single song was like so special. Like I remember going on holiday when I was 17 and listening to the same 3 songs over and over again by the pool, because I had what I had on my one tape, and that was it.
Yeah. You know what's really funny is I remember when I was younger. I'm sitting down again, by the way.
Yeah, there you are.
Okay.
You're back.
Is that working?
Yeah, you're back.
Okay. I remember going, because I had family in England, in the UK. And so I remember going there when I was younger, like maybe 11 or 12, and Kylie Minogue was the big thing over there, and she wasn't popular in North America yet. And one of my cousins gave me a cassette of Locomotion. I think that was like, it was like a single cassette, so it had that and then something else. And I felt so exotic, like knowing about something that my friends didn't know about. And I remember playing that record, like coming home and like playing it for my friends and being like, I'm so cool, you know, and like the pop song, like Locomotive and just Kylie Minogue, that was something that really got me going too, because it was around the era of like Madonna and Belinda Carlisle and Paula Abdul. You know, all these strong females singing these amazing pop songs.
And then do you remember having to watch the music videos on MTV? You couldn't go on YouTube and watch anything. You had to literally watch MTV.
Yeah, we didn't have MTV in Canada.
Or the box. We had the box.
You had the box. Yeah.
Like that was how did you watch people's music videos?
We had Much Music.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was, But a lot of things, like in Canada especially, like they have CamCon, so you have to have a certain amount of Canadian music in there without an international American festival. So it was really good just for like, you know, pressing Canada's own. But so I had like a mix of the international, but mostly the Canadian stuff too. So
we had to they must have mixed. Yeah, I think they mixed it up. I mean, like I'm crossing like 2 decades here. I definitely remember watching Kylie Minogue music videos, but then I think that was more like in the 80s.
Yeah.
What's the one where she's like either in a blue dress or a pink dress and it like flips backwards and forwards? I thought that was so cool. She like
what a career she's had.
Yeah, really amazing. So amazing. I mean, there's just so many amazing artists to inspire. But like when I was really little, we listened to, I think that's where all the classical and the blues stuff came from, because I didn't really listen to any of that kind of stuff when I was a teenager. I really got more into like mainstream pop, and then also like drum and bass music. As I got even older, we started making drum and bass in our bedrooms. Did you guys ever do that in Canada? That we were like collecting vinyls, going to the vinyl record store, and then coming home and trying to mix 2 songs together. There was this one song that was like, enough is enough already, enough is enough. And it just went on and on like that. And then, with a little bit of luck, we can make it through tonight. Do you remember that one?
No, I mean, I think that England was like really, isn't that where like dub was really
dubstep.
big? Yeah, so I feel like that's very like,
well, at the time it was
a
called
British thing.
Yeah, and at the time it was called drum and bass, and it definitely came out of the club culture, but we weren't old enough to go clubbing yet. So instead of going clubbing, we would go to the record store and buy vinyls, white labels most of the time. We didn't even know what was on it, and come back and like people had decks, and like if you had Technics, you were like super cool, or there was like other decks, and we would all learn. Like I feel like this is how this was my like first entry into production, was like trying to mix the beats together on the two different vinyls to make them match up, like so you could speed a song all the way up or down so that it would match the speed of the one before. But you had to actually do it with your hands like this.
Okay, so that's why you're so good at this stuff, because you've been doing it for a really long time.
That was like my video games. Like we didn't have, I mean, we had video games, but they were like, what's that one with the rabbit, or what was that one where you just went around, I don't remember the name of it. King Kong, no wait, what?
Donkey Kong?
Donkey Kong, that's it, yeah. So we had Donkey Kong and one other game, and that was it. And I didn't really get that obsessed with those, although I do remember playing them all night. But what I used to do was get obsessed about mixing vinyl into each other. Like, but it was always the drum and bass or the UK garage. So that's then Craig David came into the picture. Did you guys get Craig David?
No.
You didn't get Craig David in Canada?
I don't think so, no.
It's really weird because, I know Drake is Canadian, and I swear when Drake came out, I was like, what's this new Craig David song? There's definitely a style of music overlap there for sure. Like there's definitely some inspirations and stuff, but Craig David, wow, that I burnt that CD to, I don't even know if it worked. I took that with me to university and listened to that in my bedroom. I was like, I'm walking away. You never heard that song? From
No,
the troubles in my
I'm gonna
life.
have to Google this later.
You need to check out Craig David. He's super cool.
Okay.
And then he was on some UK garage stuff, like Rewind with the Artful Dodger. And then I feel like that's where I first started realizing that I loved to sing music, because I would start singing over we had the massive dance stuff coming. You must have had the dance wave in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have dance music?
Yeah, dance wave, yeah. It was never really my cup of tea, though.
You didn't like it?
Kinda,
Yeah.
I don't know, I really liked all that, old, the 80s jams and Phil Collins. I mean, Phil Collins' No Jacket Required was the first record that I got.
I remember that. I remember that too.
I'm like, that is the nerdiest choice, but okay, for a young girl to go by Phil Collins' record.
Yeah.
But I mean, I got super into it. Canada had a really cool music scene. It was like the East Coast, and there's this record label called Murder Records, and this band Sloan were on it. I think they owned it actually. But yeah, it was like a really cool thing that came out of the East Coast, and it was like indie music, and all the bands were going to Sub Pop, and it was just really when I was about 14, 15, and so I started going to see those bands play, and yeah, it was just like the 90s sound, the jangling guitars, and I'm trying to think of
so then you got into the 90s rock stuff, like Keen and all of that. Did you guys get that kind of stuff? Did you guys get, and
Keen came over here too,
Park Life and like Blur, and did you get all of that? Yeah.
Thank you for England's contributions to
and
that.
And the Verve and all of those bands. Yeah, I loved all of that. And Oasis.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, it's like music has just changed so much through the years. It's been amazing. But I feel like I still have an affection for the big gated open synths from the dance music. Like I definitely put a lot of synth sounds into my music, because I just always want to have that big euphoric part. So I definitely
you're really good at that though. That's the Rachel Raven thing. It's like that euphoric chorus. Like the songs that I've heard of you, it's just
Empire of Our Own. Yeah. But I can track that back exactly to that period of time in my late teens when I just loved listening to I don't even remember. I have serious mum brain and I don't remember the name of anything. But there was those massive epic dance songs with big powerful female vocals on the chorus, and then big epic synths, and I just love that stuff. But yeah, so let's ask them. We have some really awesome questions here, Andrea. So I feel like apparently people are still saying that the echo is gone. Okay, I figured out the echo. So next time, I'm really sorry, I figured out what it is. I can't use my I can't use this. I have to use my computer mic. So the echo is gone, so that's great.
We're all learning together.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not an engineer, but next time we know exactly how to do this. But this software is really cool. This Ecamm Live thing is amazing. All right, so let's go find these questions. So we got asked a few questions on Instagram. So let me see if I can find those too. Sorry to look at my phone, but the questions are here. Is Lana Del Rey an influence for your music? Definitely. Lana Del Rey is iconic. She's amazing. I definitely like Lana Del Rey, Adele, Florence and the Machine, Christina Perri. They were all people who, when their first song came on the radio, I actually remember hearing Christina Perri, Jar of Hearts, on the way back from a show in the snow, wondering if I was going to crash. And I remember hearing Jar of Hearts come on, and these were all people who, when the music came on, I was like, oh, so you can make that kind of music too, because it was like just so different to everything that was in the top 40 that we were being played. Mm-hmm. And it was like so nice to hear like strong female ballads, right? Mm-hmm. Like what song did you hear that made you think, okay, I can write dark cinematic music and somebody out there will actually want to listen to it?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know if it was something I heard or if it was just naturally, because I feel like I've got this like dark inner goth child living inside me who, you know, even as old as I get, there's still that angsty 16-year-old in there. But, you know, I remember hearing like Bauhaus and Susie and the Banshees. That was a good one. And, you know, so going with dark vibes, but it really happened naturally because for me, like in Garbage, there we go, Shirley Manson. You know, she's such a powerful, fierce woman.
That's so true.
So like songs like Push It and, you know, Portishead too.
Oh, for sure. And Massive Attack.
Right, Massive Attack.
Sia.
So all those songs are like deep in the heart.
07.
Yeah. 07. Yeah. So I think it was just like doing that. And I was at a point, even when I started doing these songs in particular, like the ones that ended up syncing with Digital Daggers, I've been writing like pop songs for sessions, hoping that an artist would cut them. And I was just getting so uninspired that I just wanted to do my own thing and sing in my own things, and that's what came of it. And I find that these songs, and I'm sure that you get a lot of the same responses, but like I find we write these songs and we're letting our feelings out, and it's got this dark sound, but I get messages so often from fans who are saying, thank you for being there with me in this moment. You helped me through this really hard time.
And saving my life sometimes, though. Like, I mean, I cry sometimes when I read the messages, because it's just like, I mean, obviously that's the intention. We're not just trying to share our crap and hope people like it. I'm like genuinely making this music as a job, as like a duty to feel like I want to give back to the world what I got from music when I was going through hard stuff, right? So I genuinely think about that when I'm writing the songs, that like, what benefit is this song to anybody? And that sometimes helps me change my lyrics, because, you know, I find that if you just write a song only about you, not like, it kind of comes across a little bit like self-indulgent or something, and people really love to hear something that's inclusive to them, right?
Absolutely. But even I find sometimes I can write something so personal. That's so, I guess, self-indulgent, but it's about, you know, like the death of a family member or something, and like I'm writing my diary, essentially putting it to music, thinking like this is my singular experience, and then being reminded that this is, it's relatable, you know, it's relatable content.
But I bet you anything, and I know you do because I've written with you a ton and listened to your music, but I bet you put a resolution moment into that song still.
There's always solution. I'm always trying to find solution. I don't want to always just like present a problem.
That's what I mean. So you're really actually getting past you. You're doing the diary thing, and then you're getting past you. You're taking yourself out of it and giving yourself like therapy or an advice, and then that is the part where I feel like we're doing something important.
Yeah, because I've had years of therapy.
I feel like music has been my best therapy. I feel like being creative. And like anytime, like I remember my sister, I love my sister, but I remember one time she woke up and she was like, you really need to write a song or paint a picture or do something, because you're not like, you're depressed or something. And I was like, you're so right. Like, I'm not depressed, like I'm a happy person and I'm in a really good mood and I love life and I'm positive. But like there's this like feeling that bubbles up inside you, right? It's kind of emo. And sometimes you forget that actually it's just, I don't know, the song fairies have come to give you emotions to make you write a song, and you're resisting it because you're busy or you just
Right.
feel lethargic or don't really want to today. But actually that's really what you need. It's always having a creative outlet has always done more for me than anything else.
Where do your fairies? I have shower fairies.
They're in the
They come to
shower.
me when I'm in the shower, or if I'm stuck in a writing session, I go to the bathroom where the
bathroom.
water's flowing, and then the ideas come. I'll walk and I'm like, okay, I've got the chorus.
So
But
mine come at 4 in the morning constantly.
oh,
Like I literally wrote 3 songs last night at 4 in the morning. It's really annoying 'cause I swear I never catch up on that sleep. Since when I didn't have a 2-year-old, I could just go back to sleep and sleep till 9 or 10 and who cares, right? But now I wake up at 4 in the morning and I can hear the whole song in my head like it's real. Like the other night I was having a dream that Beyonce was singing me a song and I woke up and I went, I'm gonna write Beyonce song. I need to write this down. So like I ran in the other room and recorded it real quick, and then I was like, oh, my son's gonna wake me up in like 45 minutes.
oh my God, I want to hear
So
the
I'm like, why
song.
do I have to have the 4 a.m. fairies? No, it's not actually any good. When I actually listen to it later, it's not that good. It's not as good as it was in my dream. But
Right,
there's always something in there, like a title or a lyric or a line or a melody that is good. Then you can take it out.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And yeah, so I often find myself getting kind of tired or like a little bit like dazed or hypnotic or meditative in my sessions because that's where I get the ideas.
yeah.
So I feel like I hear so many musicians. Like I saw an interview with Saint Vincent, and she said the same thing. She was like, "I feel like the songs are already written. I've said this so much. They're in the air. They're written. They already exist, and we just have
Yeah,
to learn how to be a channel, like we're like radio stations have to like turn it on and hear it."
absolutely. We're just vessels. We're imperfect vessels sometimes, and sometimes a
We're
perfect
always
song.
imperfect. Life is imperfect. That's the beauty of it, for
I,
sure.
yeah, but the songs that I have had most success with and that people have gravitated towards, I don't remember writing. Like the
No,
best songs I
that
have, I
sucks.
don't remember writing because
Yeah.
I don't feel like it was me.
No. So yeah, exactly the same.
I
I'm
mean, I'll
so
take the publishing.
yeah. I'll take the credit. I'll put my name on it.
Oh yeah, for sure. But it was the
I totally know what you mean. I
mhm.
think people that don't write music, the closest they can like relate to that is like when they're running and they get a runner's high.
Right, that euphoria. Yeah.
Yeah. So I can see how like songwriting can become really addicting as well.
Right. I mean, yeah, and sometimes a song is easy to write and
And
it's
sometimes
beautiful,
it's
and
not.
sometimes it's
And
hard.
how do you know when to stop? How do you know when to just go, this song's not going to work, forget about it? Or how do you know when it's like one of those ones that's like a relationship where it's like you just got to keep working at it and it's going to be even better because you tried so hard?
I mean, I don't know. I feel like I've been in the room so long with bands where like we're at the point where you just have to walk away from the song because it's produced, like there's always the danger of overproducing something. And as far as a song being good or not, I feel naturally that I just like step away from a song if it's not good. Or if I'm
You
in the
do.
room with some other people and I feel like my contributions aren't great, then I just kind of quietly step out and say, hey, I don't think this is for
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
And then sometimes they're able to like salvage things and make it a better song. But I don't know. Yeah, sometimes we get duds. I don't like to think about that. I erase that from my mind, but sometimes they're just not.
Oh, duds happen all the time, dude. And my worst curse, I tell you, like I've been really talking to myself about this the last few weeks because I need to figure this out because I think everything I do is terrible and I stop myself halfway through and I leave it. And
Yeah.
I actually can make really basic I actually make the really basic tracks myself a lot of the time, and the pandemic has made me have to do that a lot more. And
Mhm.
then like I have some wonderfully you do too. We both work with the same people quite often, but we have people that really know how to play instruments amazing and produce the tracks that like finish it and do it properly.
Yeah.
But I overthink everything I'm doing, and I think, this melody, is it really that cool? Like, is it groundbreaking? Like, oh, it's not good enough. Okay, forget this one. I'll do something else. And then
Yeah.
do you find that if you go back and listen to stuff next week, it's like, oh, that was really amazing. Why did I think it?
Oh, Yeah, absolutely.
Why do we
And
do
what you're
that?
saying, it touches on the fact that like co-writing, like, and I was so reluctant to co-write in the beginning. Like my publishers at the time when I was like 19, 20, they were like, okay, go write with these people. I'm like, no, I write my songs by myself or with my band. And
Oh yeah.
um, but the thing that I love so much about it is because like number one, you can all have these parts that just somehow like work together. But um, I find myself, because I still have imposter syndrome. Like,
Yeah.
don't get me wrong, I've been doing this for like 25 years,
Yeah.
but I still walk into the room like they're gonna find out I'm not a good singer or songwriter. Like this is gonna be the day.
It's a similar thing
And
that we're talking about. Yeah.
like this is the thing. And so like I sometimes present an idea, I'm like, okay, you might hate this, but here it is. And then someone will be
Totally.
like, no, that's really good.
I know.
You know, so it's helpful to have those people in the room, because
Yeah.
I'm coming forward with this thinking automatically, oh, this must be terrible
I
because I
know.
wrote it.
And
Um,
I've literally got like 100 songs on my computer or my phone that I'm too scared to deliver to Sony because I'm just sure. I mean, these people listen. I'm just kind of intimidated still because they listen to songs from like the biggest songwriters that become massive hits that go on the radio, and
yeah.
then every time I go in and meet with the A&R, they'll play me some demos, and I hear it and I'm like, oh, okay. Like the demo is never as good as what the final song is, and that was kind of inspiring because I realized that my songs don't have to be as good as I think they do, like finished wise, for me to hand them in as songs, if that makes sense, right?
Yeah, it makes absolute sense. And I'm
Um,
always here if you want to run something by me, FYI.
yeah, I mean, it's just, I mean, I feel like we all need that. All creative people need an external person. Um,
Yeah.
right, so yeah, there's still more questions. So let me do a few. We'll pick a few more questions, guys, and then let's go right to the unit. Okay. We have a ton of questions here. I'm
Okay.
right back at
I'm
the
sorry
beginning
we
of.
can't get to all of them.
No, we'll just do a couple. Somebody's singing Raise the Dead. I've gone right back to the beginning. When and any live music or concert online, are you going to do any live shows? I'll answer that real quick. I will. I really hope to do. I did a live show just before I had Jonathan and actually did it pregnant. And I'm so bummed that I didn't film it because I was offered the chance to do a professional filming of that show. And I was like, nah, I'll do another show in a few months' time. And I'm pregnant. Why am I ever going to want to watch me back with a big fat belly, you know? But actually, that was the best show of my life. And I don't have a video of it apart from the odd little thing. So I'm itching to do a show. It's kind of hard to set up shows though, right? Do you find that, Andrea? Like, it's not the easiest thing. No.
No, it's not the easiest thing, and I think right now because everyone's like battling for show times, and
Yeah,
just the floodgates have opened, but a lot of bands and a lot of the venues have closed too. Like here in Los
I
Angeles,
know. My
one just
go-tos. Yeah, my
Bootleg
go-tos.
just announced that they're closed, so it's getting kind of scarce. But I've got a couple of shows coming up. One in San Diego, I can't remember the date, but it's one with my
Oh,
band
wow.
Deadlife. And
Brilliant.
then Night Jacket, the other one, which is like my 90s dream band.
So
We're,
cool.
we're practicing, and we did a little Instagram live thing the other day, and I got the stage jitters, even though it was just a camera,
Yeah. I know I
right?
feel like I'd be so nervous, but how do you do a live show? Because I feel like that's what people are asking. If there's any way I could do like a live stream, that would be so fun to figure out.
You can do like Instagram live streams with a show. You just have to get like the audio right, right?
So you just, yeah, I wouldn't even know. I'll
We
talk to
did ours
someone.
with this. It was called B Drop. It was a program where we had to play one song and then the B side that would have been like if it was a single.
Okay, so I'll figure that out, guys. So if you guys want a live stream, I will figure that out. We'll figure that out. Maybe we can both do the same. Like we can like both perform like two sets, and we can find a
Yeah,
third band or something and just do our own like live stream show.
yeah.
And maybe we can like go and rent a rehearsal room, like a performance space, instead
There
of
you
doing it
go.
at a live venue, and all do a
Yeah.
show. I just feel like it'd be so weird to do a live show without a live audience.
Um, yeah. It's weird. It's
Yeah.
we're all figuring it out. It'll be back to
It will
normal.
be back to normal. We will get there. And what's your
Yeah.
songwriting process and where do you get your inspiration? I think we definitely talked about that one a lot. Um, lots of highs. Hi guys. Paris K. Hi. Hi Flamio. Hi Joseph. How you doing? Your Joseph, your CD and T-shirt should be with you in a minute. I just checked. Yeah, Joseph actually ordered the Sign from Above signing bundles. So we had an awesome signing session a few days ago where I signed his t-shirt and CD and sent it over to England, right, Joseph? And so I just checked on that shipping yesterday, and it's just got into England, so you should have that soon.
Congrats on the CD, by the way.
Yeah, I know. Like, it was definitely something I needed to do earlier, but it was the pandemic gave me the time to figure out how to figure out real CDs. It's actually amazing to hold. I mean, I don't even have a CD player in my house. It's so weird. The CD got here and I couldn't even play it to check it. I had to go sit in my car. But it's really awesome to be able to have the CD. I'm wearing orange is the new black t-shirt right now, Paris says.
Cool.
Thank you, Joseph.
It was the scene where one of the girls was going to hang herself and then she didn't in the new
I know.
The last season. It was
I
a great
didn't
scene.
finish the last season. I started to have nightmares about being in prison.
Oh.
I love that show so much. But I started to feel like I was living in prison because it was the pandemic, and I was like, I can't also watch a show about being in prison. Your favorite music composers from around the world that I want to collaborate with? Oh wow, I'd love to obviously collaborate with Hans Zimmer.
Oh, that's like the name that just came into my head for sure.
Yeah, and when we were talking about songs, the songs that the album that made me realize that somebody can do cinematic poetic music was actually Pink Floyd Dark Side of the Moon. I can't do a video stream about musical influences without bringing up Pink Floyd. An ex-boyfriend of mine gave me that record, and I would listen. He lived like an hour and a half away from me in the UK, and I would drive backwards and forwards listening to it. And until then, I'd never heard. And then another pop artist that actually does super poetic stuff was Ellie Goulding at the time, like her original stuff, and Marina and the Diamonds.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Those two, and I really loved. They were mostly the album tracks because I feel like they're a certain type of song, and it's not a song that works so well on the radio. But I always gravitated to those songs. Okay, let's see if there's one more question. I'm going through all the bits about the echo now.
We're doing the best we can, you guys.
Favorite music composers. When am I going to sing live? Obsessed with Britney Spears. Knocking on Heaven's Door. Thank you, Paris. What motivates me on a daily basis? That's a good one. What motivates me on a daily basis is, I think I have to. I don't know about you, Andrea, but I have to compare the analogy to, like, when I was little, I wanted to be a vet, and I wanted to be a vet because I wanted to save animals because I love animals, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like there's a lot of rejection in the music industry, and there's a lot of struggle. Even when you've got in the door, there's another door to get in and another door to get in, and like you have people on your team, and that really helps. And then those people move on to other opportunities, and you have to get a whole new team. And there's like so much stuff that goes on through our careers that like means we never have to. It's like any job, you constantly have to keep working hard to get heard and promoted, right? And I feel like the thing that motivates me is the people. I'm not making this music for me. I love making it, and it's amazing to be able to make music for a living, but it's the same thing as wanting to be a vet to save animals. Like, I want to make music to do something good for the world. And honestly, that's what motivates me. Like, when I wake up and I'm unmotivated, I really put my hat on, like, but what about all those animals that need me to go to the office today and help them? Like, they'll be in pain if I don't. That's what motivates me, because
That's funny. I wanted to be a vet when I was little too.
Yeah.
Of course we're friends. Of course we are.
Yeah, of course we are.
Yeah, I definitely have had moments where, like, oh, I have to go to a session, and I've had to rewire my brain just to say I get to go to a session. I get to go into a room and pull things from nothing and create something. You know, like, that's so powerful and amazing. And so it's just like shifting that, because sometimes it feels like work.
It is work, and there's a lot of work behind it. It's not just about writing the songs, right? And so I see a lot of people come in and out of the industry because they just thought it would be like, write some songs, get a manager and an agent and a publisher, and they'll do everything else for me. And that is just like, you and I are both examples of how that is just not how it goes.
Yeah.
Like,
you have to have a touch of masochism if you want to be an artist.
Yeah.
I have a friend whose boyfriend is a musician. She's like, I don't know how you guys handle this, like,
No.
because the rejection and just backstabbing and just, because it's not easy. And it's not easy. It's like, you just gotta like stick around because great things happen, and sometimes there are some lulls, but it's worth the highs.
And it's really worth it. And I actually had somebody ask me the other day, I've just remembered a question. Somebody asked me the other day on the Instagram questions, like, how do you deal with rejection and how did you recover from, like, yeah. And the answer to that is like, again, if I wanted to be an Olympian, every Olympian story that you watch, like I watched the Stephanie, what's her name, mum brain again, you know who I mean, the amazing gymnast. She said something really amazing. I'm going to have to tell you all later because I can't remember the phrase and I don't want to misquote her, but it was something like, what is worse than failing? Giving up.
Yeah.
Like, it feels worse to give up your dream and to give up what you love. That's even worse than dealing with the worst hate. Like,
Absolutely.
Yeah. So,
yeah, because you'll always wonder. You'll be like,
Yeah.
what would have happened if I
Yeah.
hadn't?
Yeah, so her coach said to her, like, if this is too hard, you can give up. But I guarantee you that there's nothing harder than giving up. Giving up is the hardest thing. So I feel like definitely that. Like, yes, sometimes things hurt. It's difficult to read some comments sometimes on YouTube, but there's so many amazing comments that you have to still go read them because I went through like about a year where I couldn't read any of them just in case, and that was a shame because I was missing out on all the good stuff. And then finally I like manned up and read, and I was like, my God, like I can't give up because there's also all these people who really love this music. And if I take my own shit out of it, like take myself out of it, and it's not about me, it's about a perception of me.
Oh yeah, absolutely the perception of you too, and I hear you. Like I could get 99 compliments and one criticism, and I will remember the criticism.
Right, and it will make you not
like,
want to read the compliments. You'll miss them.
exactly,
Yeah.
and like I too, like going and never read the comments I heard, and I have gone on YouTube and I've been like, oh 999 people like this, but one person gave it the thumbs down. Like, why did they give the thumbs down? What did I do that? And it's I think that we're actually hardwired as humans to notice that.
I'm just sharing some of these comments here. This is cool, right?
Yeah, now I'm seeing the comments.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm just yes, that's me.
Oh.
Hopefully I can come to Kent. Kent is beautiful.
Yeah.
We should do a duo. Look, we should do a duo.
We should. We've sung together.
We've done loads of duos. You just don't know about them because they come out under a different name.
It's true.
Yeah,
Rachel and I did a little pop song where we're both singing together.
Which one was that one called? Yeah.
What was that called?
You shouldn't have mom brain.
No, I have pandemic brain. You have pandemic and mom brain. I don't even know how you're forming sentences right now.
We've done a song that's been on loads of TV shows.
The Amaze Bellas.
The Amaze Bellas. This right here.
Yeah, this right here. Rachel will have to share that.
Do you guys want to hear this right here? And then we'll go. I'll find it and play you guys a little bit of this right here. There's some awesome comments here, guys. Thank you so much for coming into the chat room and writing your thoughts and questions. And I'm sorry we don't have time to get to all of them. Here, this guy, Flamios. Where are you in the world, Flamios? Says he would prefer honest feelings in a song. Sound without feelings can be done by a machine and it doesn't feed the soul. I love that. Yeah. Okay, well, thank you so much, Andrea, for joining me. You are amazing. You're an inspiration. I love you. And
thanks for having me. Sorry for all the blah.
It's okay. We did great. We are musicians, as we said, not YouTube live engineers. But hopefully, and thank you all for being patient with us with the technical stuff. And I'll be doing another one of these in a few weeks. And if there's anything specific you guys want me to talk about, I will eventually perform, but these live with Rains are more about chatting, meeting you guys. Maybe we can bring a fan on to the next one because this software allows me to bring a third person. So I'll figure out how to do that. Yeah, and then hopefully we can have Andrea back another time. And Andrea, thank you so much. Don't give up with anything ever. Obviously, you're so talented. I love you to bits, and hopefully the road, hopefully the road to music takes us all the way.
Yeah, let's book a session now that we're allowed.
And what?
Let's book a songwriting session.
We definitely need to.
Okay.
We need to do
Okay,
Raise
well,
the
I
Dead.
love
Thank
you.
you.
Thank
I
you
love
for
you
having
too.
me.
You're so welcome. Thank you so much for coming on. Thank you. Bye, Andrea.
Bye,
Bye, guys. We'll see you soon. I'll talk to you later.